Can I let you guys in on a little secret? I think that we have made hosting more complicated than it needs to be. Take a second and scroll on social media, and when you look up content about hosting, you'll see everything from beautiful tablescapes to signature cocktails and expensive outdoor furniture. And at some point, we begin to believe that we cannot invite people to our homes unless they are picture perfect. But after hosting my family and friends for many years, I've realized that people care so much less about the decorations or the furniture, but they care about how you made them feel while they are in your home. Today, I want to share what I think it actually takes to make an event memorable, because I don't think it's about chasing perfection. I think it's about creating intentional moments for your guests. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Tiffany Harrison, and welcome to Tiffany Does It All, where we are building a beautiful, full life on purpose. Here I talk about everything from family, traditions, hosting, and making everyday moments the moments that become my favorite memories. If that sounds like the kind of space that you'd love to be a part of, I'd love for you to subscribe. So about 2 weeks ago, we hosted our annual family barbecue. We had about 50 people in attendance, everything from elders all the way down to little babies and everything in between. And I think the thing that I realized is that by the end of the night, no one was talking about the decorations or if everything matched. They were laughing, the kids were playing, conversations were happening all around me, and people stayed well after dinner was over. And I remember thinking, this is exactly what I hoped the event would feel like. And that's when I realized that this is so much less about planning a party and so much more about planning the experience that people will have while they are in your home. So lesson number one about hosting is that hosting is about the people and not about perfection. I feel like a lot of people approach these types of events with the idea that it needs to look perfect. And I think that they should be approaching it with the question of, how do I want people to feel while they are here? Because that's what hosting really is about to me. So in our case, our event happened to take place during a heat wave. It was the days leading up to the event were all 90 and 100 degree days, and the actual event was a 100-degree day. So I knew immediately that the focus for my event was not going to be the decor, though I did put effort into decor. It was going to be about making sure that people felt comfortable in my space. So what are some ways that I went about doing that? First, making sure that there were a ton of shaded places for people to sit. Making sure that we had the bounce house for the kids to engage with. And also upgrading the bounce house, because the one we initially ordered was just a bounce house, but because I knew that this was going to be a 100-degree day, I now went with the bounce house that had the water slide, because I know that children are not going to be tuning into, am I overheating? They're just not. And also, I don't want the adults to have to worry about that. I want them to be able to focus on the time that they're having without worrying about the kids harming themselves because it's just too hot. We put out backyard games. Under one of our canopies, we ensured that we had a television for people, for those who maybe wanted to watch a game or wanted to watch a movie while they were outside. All of these things that we did none of these choices were about impressing people. They were about knowing the guests that I invited and being thoughtful about the ways in which I think they would be able to enjoy themselves at my home. That's what hospitality is. It's about paying attention. It's about noticing what your guests need before they even notice what they need. Because when people feel cared about, they remember that long after the event, even more so than they remember what was on the table. Lesson number 2, let people help. So this one is not just for you guys, it's for me too. I sometimes have the tendency to not want to ask for help and not to always accept help. But I'm here to tell you that you should, because at the end of the day, hosting doesn't mean carrying the entire day by yourself. It means creating a space where everyone feels like they are a part of making the day special. So if someone reaches out to you and they say, hey, you need me to bring anything? Go ahead and let them know that they can bring a dessert or a drink or some extra ice, because you can never have enough ice. But definitely let people help to make the event a success. It makes them feel good, and it also takes something off of your plate, which is a double win. Lesson number 3 is to take a picture of your family before the guests arrive. And this one is especially for my moms that are the hosts. If you're a mom, you're often probably the one taking the pictures and not often in the pictures. And so being intentional when you're hosting an event about getting a picture before everyone gets there is a surefire way to ensure that you're a part of the visual memories from the event. So before anyone arrives, before any of the plates or the tables are messed up or the yard is trashed, take the picture while it is still looking in the way that you intended it to look when the event started. Because once everyone gets there, you're the host. You're greeting people, you're refilling drinks, you're refilling food, you're answering questions, and before you know it, the sun is going down and the event is over. And if you did not take the time to be intentional for yourself, you likely don't have very many pictures or photos with you in them at the event. So make sure that you do that before anything else. Take that picture of you and your family. So lesson number 4 is to be present and put the phone down. This one can also be hard for me sometimes because I am a content creator and I do like to document things. But even with that said, I usually will capture the footage I need pretty early in the day. And then after that, I'm putting the phone away. Because one, as a host, I don't want to be in my phone the entire time because it inhibits my ability to connect with my guests. Also, too, I don't know about you, but I hate when I'm at an event and everyone is on their phone. Like, we didn't need to be here together if we were all going to be on the phone. So I want you to get the footage or capture any content or any pictures you need early on, then put that phone away. So that way you can be present with your guests, you can connect with your guests, and really have these long-term memories from this beautiful event that you took the time to host and put together. It's hard to do that when you are experiencing it through a screen. So take my advice on this one, put the phone away. So one of the reasons I really wanted to make this video is because I realized that society has told us hosting is about the beautiful tablescape and the mocktails and the cocktails and the beautiful patio furniture and the beautiful fire pit and all the things. And I like beautiful things, but the reality for me is it's about creating experiences that people remember. And as I was planning this cookout, I found myself coming back to the same ideas over and over and over again. So I decided to put them all together in my Backyard BBQ Blueprint guide. If you're planning a cookout this summer, or really any event that you want people leaving saying, we had such a great time, I think you will enjoy it. It's filled with checklists, timelines, hosting tips, and lessons I've learned from opening up my home over the years. I'll leave the link for it in the description if you'd like to check it out. So at the end of your event, the best compliment isn't your home was beautiful, or even that the food was delicious. It isn't that the decorations were amazing. The best compliment to me is that we had such a great time here. Because that tells me that my guests felt welcome, that they felt comfortable, that they felt like they belonged. And to me, that is what hospitality is about. So, if you've been waiting to host until your backyard is in pristine condition, or you've bought the perfect new patio furniture, or life needs to just slow down a bit, this is your sign to just stop. Go ahead and buy the burgers and the hot dogs, pull out a few extra chairs, let the kids be loud, stay outside a little longer, and go on and build memories anyway. Because the people who really love you and care about you, they're not going to care about any of that stuff. They will remember how they felt when they were with you. And I really believe that building a beautiful, full life on purpose sometimes just starts with 2 simple words. Come over. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If this video helped you to think about opening up your home a little more often, I'd love to have you here at Tiffany Does It All, where we're building a beautiful, full life on purpose, one memory, one tradition, one gathering, one event at a time. If this sounds like something you're trying to build too, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, and I'd love to see you around. If you don't want to miss what's next, be sure to turn on notifications because I've got some really cool videos coming up. If you're planning your own cookout, don't forget to grab my Backyard BBQ Blueprint guide. It's filled with checklists, timelines, hosting tips that I use to create gatherings that people remember for a long time. You'll find a link in the description below. Before you go, I'd like to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing that you do to make sure that people feel welcome when they come to your home? And until next time, keep building a beautiful full life on purpose, and I'll see you on the next one.